Beyond ARTV, beyond the reviews, it's time for an EP review, the self-titled American Authors EP. American Authors originated in 2006 under a different name, and in 2012 they actually changed their name, released their debut single, Believer, and I actually heard that on Alt Nation probably about a year or so ago. And probably a few months back I heard Best Day of My Life, and I was like, oh yeah, these guys, do they have anything out? And I kept I kept forgetting to check actually, I kept forgetting, and I would hear Best Day of My Life on Alt Nation, and I finally remembered to go check out and download their EP because they had such an interesting sound. They can fuse like a banjo, electric guitar, acoustic guitar, these really interesting drum patterns that sound a little bit folky but also very just straight up alt rock at times. They're very upbeat with their music, positive themes, things that just make you feel good, and that's what got me into their music. Once I checked out the EP, first time listening through, I was highly impressed, and I even tweeted out, like right after I listened to it, I was like, you know, American Authors are definitely going to make it big here soon. And like right after I tweeted that, I actually was looking through the iTunes charts, and I noticed that Best Day of My Life was actually right around number 80 overall on iTunes, like the top 100 chart. So I thought that was really cool that American Authors are starting to break through there. Hopefully they'll keep getting radio play on All Nation and maybe even other stations, because a lot of bands like American Authors are having success. I would say that they're somewhere in between Mumford & Sons and Imagine Dragons, if that makes any sense at all. It's the only way that I could really think it up in my head to go ahead and compare them and like put them kind of somewhere on the spectrum. That's where I would describe American Authors. Their song Hit It was featured in FIFA 14, the soundtrack, the video game, and that will definitely help them get some exposure. Once again, a lot of people do really like count on the FIFA soundtracks to be really solid, put out like good soundtracks year after year, and they really get into the music that way, and I thought it was cool that American Authors were on there. Believer really benefits from being super catchy, as does most of the EP, but it's just, the drums on this one, they're very boom, ba-ta, boom, boom. If you've got that fused with this really cool guitar loop, the acoustic guitar, and just the vocals that really shine through as something that's, I don't know, like a light in a dark place at times. Believing, keeping the faith, that's what this song is all about, and just believing that things are going to get better. So many of these tracks are relatable. Home is another one that's really solid that closes out the EP. I feel like a lot of people can relate to that one. Hit It is a track that gets like really quick with the wordplay and just the way it's like presented musically. It's so like diverse at the same time, but at the same time you know it's still a part of the EP. It's really hard to explain unless you actually hear it. Luck is a cool tune as well, because it's just talking about a guy that is saying basically like, I don't care what everyone else says, I make my own luck here. I really like the use of banjo on some of these tracks. Their lead guitarist also plays the banjo, and so that mixed with, you know, the bass, the really cool and original drum work, and a vocalist that actually, you know, stands out from the pack, it all makes for a really winning combination. Best Day of My Life is probably my overall favorite here on this EP. It's super catchy. The guitar on that one, that whole loop, it just sounds amazing. They go into a few guitar solos here and there, and overall, musically, one of the most entertaining EPs I've heard. It's probably honestly my favorite EP I've heard this year, and I'm excited for a full length from this group. So if you've never heard of them, which you might not have, definitely check them out. I'll link their Facebook page along with all my other stuff in the description down below. Check out their music, listen to some of their music videos on YouTube, and see what you think, honestly, and let me know in the comments section down below. I hope you guys enjoy them as much as I did. This EP is a perfect 5 out of 5 for me. I don't have any complaints about it whatsoever. It's feel-good music that I definitely see breaking through, and I see them breaking onto the scene very soon. They're also from Boston. That's a really cool thing for me because I'm a big Red Sox fan, and the fact that they've like had such a good year in a year that Boston faced some tragedy. So make sure you check them out. Thanks for watching, guys. Beyond ARTV, beyond the reviews.